What's going on, people? How's it going? Let's see. Oh man, my kids are already calling for me now. That's pretty impressive. I thought I'd have a little bit longer before I had my kids yelling for me. So, what do we do first thing when Omnibuddy has kids and he's watching the kids for the week with the wife gone? We have to go into making the slide. I made the slide right before because I knew it was going to happen. So here we go. BRB. All right. That was hopefully quick. How's it going, James? Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hopefully you can't. I don't know. Who knows anymore if you actually want to hear me or not. So hopefully we got a couple people joining us later. I know that Chris is going to be joining us. Chris, if you know him, he's from the OPB gang. So yeah, Chris Balga, by the way, last name. So hopefully he's joining. We'll see what happens. But yeah, pretty excited. I got a announcement video going live. I teased it if you saw the Facebook post and Instagram post that we got a giveaway that we're doing. So I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, I've been teasing, well, I've teased one of them for a while. So y'all here early, you can see giving away the JLA Avengers trade paperback and then giving away Once and Future Deluxe Slipcase Edition. So pretty stoked, pretty excited. Those are two pretty good books that hopefully people will be excited about getting for free. So we'll see what happens. But how are y'all doing? What's going on? Talk to me, chat with me. We could start off with the what have you been reading? I have been reading the Flintstones Deluxe Oversized Hardcover, which I am about almost halfway through now. So yeah, camera doesn't like if it can see my eyes, it tracks. There we go. So, but almost halfway through. But been reading that. That book is so good, you guys. It is not what I was expecting because it had I knew that it had some not political commentary. I mean, it does have political commentary, but more cultural commentary and pretty interesting. Kind of a Barbara series. Yes, I think so. I think it is the only one. I didn't even realize it was a Hanna-Barbera series. Not really super familiar with it. But yeah, it's good, you guys. But like I was saying, it's got a ton of cultural commentary packed into it. And I was expecting some, but not that much. I mean, it's kind of cool because at least so far, each single issue is like, I mean, we could go and look at it really quick. Let's see right here. So really cool forward in it, by the way. Really interesting introduction. Not forward, but introduction. But like first one's a clean slate, which just kind of introduces you to the world and all that. But let's see. Where's the next one? Let's see. Get to the next one here. I guess I could have just gone to the table of contents or something. Man, where is it? That one doesn't have a title on it? Come on. Anyways, each one kind of goes over like a different political or social political issue. So one of them is on voting and democracy. Another one's just on crap, which, consumerism, which is pretty fun take on it. Just they call it crap, just call it what it is. Do you really need all this crap? It's pretty funny. So that's why it sounds so quiet. Well, one, I'm talking by myself. Two, I forgot to turn on the beats in the background, so we can crank that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Get a little music behind us talking. So so pretty interesting. I've been really enjoying it. It's like in the introduction, Mark Russell talks about how he didn't know if this was going to be his last book or anything like that, because his last series got canceled. It was slated for 12 issues and he made it through 6 and didn't realize that, you were picked up for 12 issues. He didn't realize that you could be canceled after like any time through that. So he didn't really get a chance to end that. So with this, they gave him 12 issues and he goes, okay, I'm going to tell it I'm going to have a good endpoint at 6. And he ended up going to the full 12, which is cool. But he's like, I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm going to say everything I've ever wanted to say in this book. And so far, almost halfway through, he's hitting on a ton of topics. I think the last one I just read was on marriage, the institution. So they hit on, should people get married? Should they just, living, sex out of wedlock, all that kind of stuff? Or should you ever get married, or, in a monogamous relationship versus, they just have, it's like the sex cave or something like that, where they just all go. But it's really interesting how he approaches it, and then slips in things like same-sex marriage and all that kind of stuff. Pretty interesting topics and dissection of the issue from sort of a caveman perspective, which so they kind of just hit it very basic, but it's also got a lot of depth to it, which is super cool. It's a very interesting read so far, but yeah, it does not pull any punches. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Alejandro. I hope I do got this. Okay. So Hanna-Barbera series. This is the only one with a hardcover. Okay. It's got Scooby Apocalypse series. 6 trade paperbacks. Dang, that's a pretty long, pretty good run. Snagglepuss. Oh, interesting. Oh, Jetsons. I really want to read the Jetsons stuff. That sounds pretty cool. And then let's see. This is the writer who wrote Wonder Twin series 2 for Bendis's. Oh, interesting. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, he's pretty good. At least with this, it's super good, and I hope he gets more opportunities to write. Especially these kind of one-off. I know this is DC, but I'd really like to see him do some independent stuff and just go buck wild. I think that would be pretty cool to see. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look up more of this Hanna-Barbera series stuff and see what all is out there. I really want to see that Jetsons thing though. I didn't know there was a Jetsons trade paperback. Now I gotta check this out. Let's see. Let's go over to Amazon because let's see. Jetsons. Oh, I can't type. Jetsons trade paperback. All right, let's see. Ooh, Jetsons season 1. It's a bunch of DVDs. Let's see. We're gonna go into books. Oh, superhero comics and graphic novels. There we are. No results. What the crap? What in the world? Why is there no? Why is there no Jetsons? I feel like you're playing me, Nick. Oh, they're out of print. Dang, that sucks. Okay, so maybe I gotta go over to eBay and see what's going on over there. Let's see. There are Jetsons comics. Let's see. Doesn't look too crazy for price. I mean, even a Jetsons #1 CGC 9.8 is only $75 by it now, so it doesn't look like the series is too crazy. But yeah, out of print, it might get could get a little dicey. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know there was Jetsons comic. I should have known there's a Jetsons comic. Oh, there's a Jetsons crossover with Flintstones. All right. Yeah, I should go over there and check it out and see if they got any Hanna-Barbera stuff. I should check that out. So, oh, are they? They're outrageous. Of course. People post crap on there on Amazon all the time, and just first, I don't know. It's like people don't realize that there's other bookstores besides Amazon. It's nuts. So I know like JP over at Organic Price Books. He still posts on Amazon. So I mean, you can find a ton of books from OPB sold through Amazon, which is weird to me. But a lot of times he can't. If he's got a ton of extra books, he tosses them up on Amazon. I know he was doing that a lot with when the what's it called? Invincible series on Netflix came out, and he was buying hundreds and hundreds of copies. They weren't selling a ton on his website, but they're just selling like crazy on Amazon. But Amazon takes a huge cut too. But people just don't realize, I guess, that there's other places on the internet for books besides Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Scooby Apocalypse trade paperback. So yeah, Eric Lindquist. He's super into Scooby-Doo stuff, and he was trying to find some of those trade paperbacks and all that, and was having a hard time coming up with them all, and saying they're pretty expensive. I sold me a complete run of Invincible. Yeah, that's where I got my whole set too, is JP, which was a solid gift from JP, actually. I was not expecting that one at all. I think that was my biggest haul I ever got. I think it was like 68 pounds, so it just squeaked in under the, I think it's 70-pound limit on Media Mail. What's up, Comics Coda? Oh, I didn't say hi, Bad Wolf Comics. Excited to see that you're coming to YouTube a little bit early. I think this is what I saw on your Facebook page, is that you're selling some statues, so you're going to be making a room tour and doing some statue stuff and kind of open up early. That's cool, so watch out for him. Comics Coda, always see you over on Instagram. Good seeing you. Let's see. Oh, hey. I see a guy down there. What's up?
Howdy.
Were you here for long?
No, we just wrapped up Marvel Alliance, so I just switched StreamYards.
Okay. Now the music's really loud when I'm trying to hear you. There we go. So, how's the podcast recording?
Good. We did our breakdown of the She-Hulk trailer, so did that and some small news items. So
nice.
Yeah.
So, what did? Can you give us some?
Yeah, I mean, there are some CGI issues with with She-Hulk. There's some good. There's some definitely kind of a little bit. I hope they've got till August to kind of work on this. So hopefully they improve that. But I think I really do like it. It's very tongue in cheek. It's very much, if you have not read the Dan Slott run, and if you have read the Dan Slott run, you should be very much feeling some rewards because that trailer is nothing but tips of the hat to that Dan Slott run.
Is it? So, I know the feel. Like, I've seen a bunch of it. And I've read a little bit of it, not the entire run, but yeah, had that kind of, like you're
Yeah,
saying,
and I think the other part of it, we haven't seen much of it, but I think there's gonna be a lot of fourth wall breaking, like in the John Byrne run.
ooh,
So
cool. Yeah, I dig when they do that. Like, I mean, with movies and shows, you always have that. Well, a lot of, not always, but you have that narrator a lot of times, anyways.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, with like Deadpool movies, he breaks the fourth wall all the time. But I mean, it works just because a lot of times you just have the lead character as a narrator in a movie, anyway. So I mean, it's kind of breaking the fourth wall, anyways. So if they just address the camera, I guess that's the big difference, is where they address that they're on camera, but. Still pretty cool. I dig it.
And I just like that. Hey, we're trying something different. We're doing a little procedural law comedy at that point. Plus, I am a huge Tatiana Maslany fan. I loved the show Orphan Black. I think if the amount of parts that she played and roles that she played in that show alone, if you have never seen Orphan Black or the Perry Mason shows that she was in on HBO, this is gonna be your first introduction to her. She's gonna wow a lot of people. She's definitely, it's taken her. I just joked around with my wife when we were watching Orphan Black, saying, how has she still not won an Emmy for this? And then I think in the last season she finally won an Emmy for her or Golden Globe. It's just like she plays like 6 or 7 different parts in the series itself. So
is it tongue in cheek how she does it? Like, oh, it's obviously she's like they're playing it up like she's
like in Orphan Black. Orphan Black. I don't want to give away too much just because about what it is, but she plays multiple roles in very different personalities. Like it's her, but she is playing very different personalities. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Very
so
cool.
You can find that. I think BBC America put out, so I think it may be on Amazon Prime. I think they might have it at that point, or it may be on HBO Max. I don't know, but it's an outstanding, great sci-fi show. So
yeah, oh man, HBO Max is starting to tempt me. Like so many good shows on that network. Dang it. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Orphan Black, so. That's cool. I'm excited for this show. I think it'll be a cool change up, and I was actually very surprised to see Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
in the show, which I mean, he's probably just in the first episode or something to give it a little bit of.
Tim Roth, the Abomination's back in it.
Oh,
he was in it. Yeah,
caught it. Okay.
Yeah, he was in it, and they confirmed that Sorcerer Supreme Wong will be also appearing in it.
Nice.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. So a lot of fun with that. It's gonna be 9 episodes. So they haven't officially said the runtime of it, but if we're gonna go off WandaVision, that means probably about 30-ish minutes. So you take out like 7 minutes worth of credit, so it's like a 20 to 25.
Yeah. 25, and last episode will be like 40 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, August 17th. So Miss Marvel comes out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. It'll be cool. It'll be a fun change up and a little bit different and
very family friendly.
Yeah. Did you see? Speaking of different from normal Marvel, did you see Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness?
Yes, definitely saw it. Only seen it once. That's
yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I'm a big Sam Raimi fan, and I've loved his Evil Dead franchise, Spider-Man movies. You can definitely tell Sam Raimi got to put his Sam Raimi fingerprints all over that, very much, especially the horror aspects of it.
Yeah, I was surprised they let him go so Sam Raimi, as it were. But I was glad that they did, because usually you get a little flavor of the director, but it's so, inside of that MCU box that they don't. It's not really like very. They don't get to put their stamp on it near as much, but this one had him all over it.
And it makes me wonder exactly, because the original director, Scott Derrickson, they split with Marvel over creative differences, and he wanted to go even harder in the horror. He wanted to go basically make it very close to a rated R movie. So,
oh, geez.
I know that. So I would love to see what that story would have been and how deep they would have gone. But like Sam Raimi is also no stranger to, rated R horror.
Yeah. So I guess
So
willing to tone it back for
I
the
guess, yeah.
Marvel machine.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's
Well, it's good to have him back. It's good to have him back doing those. I would love for him to direct the third one. So
mhm. Yeah, I think he's a good fit for it because I mean, I went with my brother-in-law and his son, so my nephew.
hmm
My nephew's 13, and it was just at the point where he was totally fine watching it, but any harder, and he probably would have
yeah.
been. It would have been too much for him.
Okay, Top
So
Gun. I have to ask, what does ASMR stand for? You throw he'll pop in Marvel Alliance as well, and he's an ASMR guy. What does that stand for? Please, I have to know.
do you not have
uh,
you not heard ASMR?
no, I don't know what it stands for.
So, it's like soothing, like voice kind of a
Oh,
thing, or soothing
okay,
sound, like it. So if you have an AMSR voice, it's
okay,
like a very soothing.
okay. I mean,
Chill.
I figured it was a compliment. I just thought it stood
Uh,
for like it was an acronym for something.
I don't know what the acronym actually is,
Gotcha,
but um, that's basically what I mean. If you go on TikTok and scroll,
gotcha.
there's all these, there's these
I'll
usually
I'll have
there's
to
these
look.
girls there and they have a mic and they have like long nails and they're just going and like
All right.
scratching and then like messing with plastic and it's so weird. I'm like
Okay.
scroll past.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they do a lot of weird stuff like that. But ASMR voice is like,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha. Well,
smooth, chill.
happy to be here and happy to give you my my very docile and I guess movie tone soothing voice.
Yeah. Nice dulcet tones.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. Yeah.
But no, I all in all, I think I put it at because I put my MC rankings, I put the shows in it as well.
Mhm.
So I think I put it at either 14 or 15 in my MC rating. So,
Yeah. Which
so
is
not
actually on the higher end, which is nuts.
yeah. And even I'll say that even in my co-host and I, Brent, we on our Patreon we do a we're actually rewatching each of going back through watching every single Marvel project in chronological order, not release order. So now we've gone through Captain America, Captain Marvel, um, Iron Man, and the Incredible Hulk. We're getting ready to record Iron Man 2, and it's just interesting going back through that to see how we thought at the time and do we think any differently of the
Mhm.
movie and where it goes. Like Iron Man 2 is going to be very interesting just because I do like that movie, but it's definitely I want to say it maybe last in my list at that point,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's very much at the bottom. If it's not last, it's very much near the bottom. But as our show is called, we can watch this all day. I'll still gladly watch Iron Man 2.
Mhm. Yeah, like yours.
It, yeah.
It's not the one that you'd pick out normally, but if it's on TV and you're flipping through, I'd probably stop and be like, "All right, I'll watch this."
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been nice going back through it because I even said to him, it's like, are we gonna? Do you want to even include like the shows when we get to that point in chronological? I said, yeah, let's do it. So we've got
Yeah.
Patreon content going on for a good couple of years now. So
Yeah, no joke.
we just do it once a month.
Oh
Um,
man.
yeah. So, but no, all in all, definitely liked it. And I think the drop off in the box office showed in the sense of this is a movie that you like you said you can only take a certain age group of youngings to,
Mhm.
and the return value on it. So it's definitely not going to make a billion. I think one of the big reasons is coming up in 2 weeks with, or at least yeah, next week actually with Top Gun, and then 2 weeks after that, the conclusion of the Jurassic World trilogy. So that's
Yeah.
going to hit the tail end of it because both of those movies are going to do huge, not only domestically but internationally. So that'll just cut the legs out from whatever Doctor Strange does have left.
Yeah, it's gonna kind of it's definitely gonna take the gas out of them
Hmm.
a little bit. But man, I'm really excited for Top Gun 2, which I
Oh
didn't
God,
think I would be, but oh man, it's pretty good looking. And then Jurassic World 3, which is Jurassic Park 6 or whatever,
yeah.
like bringing back all the old cast from the first movie is just so good. I'm
Hey,
so excited for that.
It worked for No Way Home. Let's do it for this.
Hmm. Yeah, got to bring them together. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. Uh, let's see. What was someone was saying something about CGI? Oh, Comics Coda.
He's talking about She-Hulk. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a better. I think we just we go the lazy route and call it CGI because everyone kind of
yeah,
understands that. But no, you're exactly right.
yeah. I mean, technically, I think it's rigging, which like the animation, but also like I think it's technically VFX.
And
But
what
yeah,
I'll say about that is remember that they've had the Hulk in how many movies? They've improved upon that so much. Now Abomination, okay, they've only had it technically in 3 movies, no, 3 projects, and this will be the third. So they've
mhm,
really had not as much time, but it's making it look a heck of a lot more comic accurate than it was in the first one. So She-Hulk is a completely new design for them that they don't have as much time with. They don't have any background with. So I'll be
mhm.
willing if as long as I would hoping that they make some improvements. I will go along with it not being perfect with the idea that as the character keeps on coming back, they'll improve upon it.
Yeah. I think like it. It's weird, but like with the Hulk, he is just like a big hulking guy, and
Hmm.
they can make his skin look imperfect and gross and all that, and kind of add all that like, oh, he's a big green monster. Versus She-Hulk, like they're trying to keep that sex appeal too, and they want to keep her skin smooth and keep her like lustrous or whatever, but it's also it kind of puts her back in the uncanny
Yeah,
valley and a little weird looking versus like, oh, if you went full on Hulk with her. And I know like She-Hulk has just a different body type obviously,
yeah.
but like if you look at Bruce Banner Hulk in like Endgame and all that, like he's very detailed and his
Hmm.
skin has like a lot more texture to it. And I think that's the big thing is like there's not much texture to her skin.
Yeah, it
She,
basically kind of equated to, um, you know, where Hulk's muscles like literally grow up on it, like her bone density and stature change at that point, and
mhm,
it's kind of like how Ant-Man grows big and shrinks. It's based on kind of along that idea.
mhm.
So
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna watch it. I think that with the reaction, a lot of people have been like, it looks awesome, except for she looks really strange. So I think they're going to take a couple passes at, fixing that really quickly. Hopefully,
hope so.
we'll see. Pull a Sonic the Hedgehog move where they just completely re-render the.
Yeah, and I think the only reason we saw it there did the upfronts, but they really didn't need to put this out now. But I know they
Mhm.
wanted to do something to leave the upfronts with a bang,
Yeah.
with that because I think the show's like past couple of months. There's been a lot of rumors of like they're doing huge rewrites, reshoots, the script's not working, test
Mhm.
audiences aren't thinking it's going. It may not even make 2022, and here we are. It's coming. So
Yeah.
some people got a little overzealous with their reporting, but clickbait. You got to get those clicks.
Got to get those clicks. Live for them.
Just like you got to get that Omnibuddy code, right?
Got to get that Omnibuddy code. It's is what it is.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, there we go. Just let
There
that
we
run
go.
on the
Yep.
bottom. Ship it together.
I know a couple of people that have been shipping it together.
Yeah, it's nice. Like I use pre-ordering. I use the regular code, and then anything in stock when I'm trying to order stuff, I try and do the ship it together codes, and works well.
Hmm. I'll tell you what. After this, outside of maybe I guess some random indies that might come out at that point, after I get the Fall of the Mutants in, I don't know what my next big Omni that's coming in because I think there's a
Yeah.
little bit of a little bit of a drought. I know Omar said in July Marvel has no
Hmm.
coming out at that point. So I'm not sure what my next shipment's going to be after this.
Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of books pre-ordered, but yeah, I'm like I have it organized on my notes app, and I don't see. I don't have any Omnis. Do I have any Omnis pre-ordered right now? I don't think so. I mean, I have a whole
Better
bunch
person
in
than me.
my.
I wish I kept track of them because I go back through my orders on OPB and it's just like I don't. It's chaos. It's absolute chaos.
And that's why I did it, because it was just
And that's not a commentary on JP. It's just like I've got so many pre-orders, I don't know which ends up anymore.
Yeah, and then I was trying to figure, because then you have some things come in, so an order is partially shipped, and you're like, where's this book? You know, it's like 5 books in an order, and only one of them's left, but it says partial on the whole order, and
Yeah.
you're just trying to dig through. So now as I order books, I put them into my list, and I have a Kickstarter order list, which is sad, but it's how many books do I have in there now? One, two.
Now my
three,
question is,
four,
how many of those books are not magnetic press?
Okay, I have 12 books pre-ordered through Kickstarter.
Yep.
One of them is a 4-book slipcase, so I'm just counting that as one book.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, magnetic press. So of the 12, magnetic press is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I knew calling out Mitch on that one was going to be. I feel attacked. Don't feel attacked. I just know. I know. That is a big love for you.
Yeah, no. The thing is like one, they ship fast, which is awesome, and they do. I know that they're gonna get it done, which is
because they basically already have it. It's basically just funding, like paying back what they've already made ready.
Yeah, a lot of them. I mean, they just launched one yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they had the books printed already, and it's a double book. So I counted that as I backed both the books in the Kickstarter, so that's 2 of them. What is it? Blackwater Lilies and Trapped on Zarkus. So I'm like, it's only $55 for 2 books, and they look good. They're good collections. And what I really like about it, though, is like, you're not getting into a giant series where you're committing to like 2, 3, 4 omnis, or where you're just going to be reading it for months and months. Yeah. Like, I like being able to sit down and be like, all right, this week, or, tonight and tomorrow, I'm going to read this story, and I don't need anything else, and I can just read it and be happy with it. So that's what I really like about it.
Yeah. I think right now I've got, comic wise, 1, 2, 2 technical comics, and that would be Mike Grell's John Sable Freelance Deluxe Edition, and then Inferno Girl Red by Matt Groom. And then the other stuff I've got still is the Hellboy Blu-ray, that whole docuseries, the She series book, and collecting The Art of G.I. Joe, and then Encore Silver, The Art of Liam Sharp.
Okay. Yeah, I think the one I'm most excited. Bjorn Volume 2, which is going to be awesome. Love me some Bjorn. Weapon Brown Aftershock. So Weapon Brown's that post-apocalyptic Charlie Brown take. So this is the second part of that series. So that's cool. But I'm really excited for that Atomica God is Red omnibus to come out. So, which seems a little weird now with Russia and it's like the Russian God. Like,
It's okay. You're not going. The money's not going there. So
yeah, hopefully not. So, but yeah, so I have a bunch of omnis on my wish list, but I don't know.
And I'll be honest with you, I said it in our kind of group chat. Like, I've only got one right now that's a definite order for me for 2023, and I love the money that I'm saving right now.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's like, oh, I want this hardcover or something, and it's like $30-$40 or something. It's way cheaper than, oh, I need these 3 omnis. So keeps the price down, that's for sure.
Exactly. I see Nick's asking in the chat, Thor by Matt Fraction on pre-order. No, not for me. I was not a fan of that run. Yeah,
I read, I think like half of it or something, and it's like, it's okay. Like, wasn't something that I ever feel the need to finish, or that I really even enjoyed that much while it was happening. while I
Yeah,
was reading it. So
I'm reading right now in Marvel Unlimited. I'm actually for the very first time diving into Hickman's run on Fantastic Four. So,
okay, getting in on everyone's.
Yeah, it was one of. I mean, I'm a huge Hickman fan with X-Men, so and a lot of others, but Fantastic Four I kind of missed. So went back and the initial arc it really grabbed me. Then the middle part really wasn't the next couple of arcs after like one or two arcs after that wasn't good. But now when they got to 3 and now FF, it picked back up again for me. And so now I'm starting to see like okay, I'm starting to see exactly why people were really into this run.
Okay.
Because I've never been a huge Fantastic Four fan to begin with. So.
Yeah. I have only done one interview with a comic creator on my channel, and that was Ben Bender for Bjorn, which is like an hour-long interview. So if you want to check that out, super cool guy. I do want to start doing some more interviews. I know that you, Chris, do a lot of interviews with creators.
I've and it's still more been kind of nonchalantly just kind of came about last year. My friend who's one of our guys on the network, Clay, he had started a kind of communication with who was it? Joe Henderson, who was the co-creator of Lucifer, but also he's a comic book writer and he wrote the book Skyward. And so we had him on and we started doing this whole thing called Creator Spotlight. And so I've had him on. I've had Matt Groom on for the Kickstarter Inferno Girl. And we kind of go into like all their history, their background, kind of how they got into biz. I've had on J.M. DeMatteis, and that came about just by an episode of Superman Speeding Bullets, the Elseworlds Tale, and I always tag the artist and the writer to it, and he ended up actually saying, hey, thanks, I'm glad you liked it, and he actually listened to the episode, and I said, hey, would you be interested in coming on? He's like, here's my email, and do that. So I've had him on. That was a great chat. My last one I've had was Kyle Higgins, Matt Groom, Ryan Parrott on for the Radiant Back Supermassive crossover, and that was just me communicating with Matt saying, hey, would love to have you back on for Supermassive. I know it's a big ask, but if Kyle and Ryan would be and so I didn't hear from Matt for like a week. and then he came back and I was literally driving to work and I get a message. Now Matt lives in Australia, so time difference.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he lives in Australia. So time differences are quite different. So I'm driving to work and he said, hey, sorry, didn't mean to feel like I ghosted you. Been really busy, but I actually just got off a call with Ryan and Kyle and they are down to come on your show. So, and that's cool. So yeah, if you look up the Geek Ultimate Alliance on your podcast and kind of find World's Finest, True Believers, you can kind of look up some of the creators I named and you'll find those episodes. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
So
that's
it's
really
more of
cool.
just like a offshoot of the episode. So if, I've tried to get like bigger, even quote unquote bigger people like Tom Taylor, but they don't seem to respond, but that's okay. They're busy.
as you grow and get bigger,
yeah,
you'll be able to pull them in.
Now maybe again, like going to Heroes Con next month. At that point, maybe I'll hopefully make a few connections that they might want to come on. So
are you gonna try and do? Are you going as media or something like that?
No, I'm not going to go as media. Okay. I thought about it because I thought about doing it, but then I want to go as a fan. So I'll kind of work my way as a fan, and then like just say, "Hey, do a podcast like this. Would you be interested?" And maybe make if I can make one or two connections to come on, that'll make it work. So
that's cool. Yeah. I'm going back and forth about trying to register as media for Emerald City Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like an hour north and way easy to get to, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I want to. I'm probably gonna go, but I don't know if I'll go. I don't even know if I could get media for that.
Hey, you never know. It just depends on their kind of stipulations. I know Heroes Con, it's fill out and you have to provide just a number of links to your published work at that point.
Yeah.
But Top Gun's got a fun request, and I think we both can honor him with a request of each of ours.
Oh, where's the? Let's see. Where's the other? What's his? Where's his other?
Right under the Council of Reeds.
Oh, lightsaber. Okay, 1 second.
We'll let Mitch get his, and then when he comes back, I'll go get mine. I've got one. He's got one. Yeah, I'll go run and get mine.
Okay. Now I don't have the blade on here. Maybe I should go grab the blade quick, huh? Should I grab the blade or not? Okay. We'll be... What do you got? Let's see. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh, nice. Is that that's the one from Disney World, right?
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge, yeah. So I went for the Old Republic hilt.
That's what I would have gone for too.
Yeah.
If I'd ever do it, I'm going for the Old Republic. 100%.
But I think when I go back, I'm aiming for not building it again, but the hilt I want just to own from the Legends would be Ahsoka. Ahsoka is my favorite next to Yoda and Obi-Wan, but Ahsoka, just those hilts I'll be saving up when we go back just to purchase the hilts.
Yeah, those are spendy because it's a double. You buy them two.
Yep. And okay. I'll just get the hilts. I may not, just depending on how much because I found out you can add on that one, but hers are the only ones they will allow to have the white blade, the white kyber crystal.
Yeah.
So, and just the sound, she has a very different sound with her blade. So.
Oh, I didn't know she's got a different sound.
It's a different sound because the white kyber crystal is one that she's uncorrupted the red kyber crystal.
Oh, that's right. It's like decorrupted. That's cool.
Yep.
Okay, I'll get the blade real quick. Yeah. He wants the blade. I got to make a sprint for it.
All right. Top Gun's making the request.
Hold it down.
Yep, hold it down. Yeah, so no, if anyone ever makes it to any of the Galaxy's Edge, it was well worth the money just going and building that. They really, really, really do a good job with the presentation, making you feel it. I'm 38 years old, and I was back to being like 10 years old. It was such a cool moment at that point. But yeah, so Mitch is. Yeah, I think when Mitch comes back, we'll have to ask him where he got that built, because I think they're very, very competitive pricing and looks like very good work at that point. Was there? John in the chat saying, was there just a month ago? Rise of Resistance was very much one of the best rides I'd ever been on. It is literally an experience. Nicholas, $56 for a flight of beer at Galaxy's Edge. Everything food-wise in Disney is expensive, so that is not a surprise.
All right.
Oh, there you go. So where did you get yours built?
So I went through viresabers.com, and I used to play a lot of Rocket League online.
Okay.
And so I ended up starting to get really into trading the digital items there. And one of the guys I admin the biggest Rocket League trading group on Facebook. It's like 56,000 people. So one of the guys I ended up working with, he started up building his own lightsaber business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I hit him up, but he's busy with his, normal career, and he hasn't replenished his parts lately. So he wasn't able to build one for me. He's like, but I got another buddy. So over at Viresabers, and so it's got a really cool system on their website. So you can like choose your different parts, and it tells you all the different. I gotta get out of focus. Oh, there we go.
Now, how's the weight on it?
Oh, it's like, I think the whole thing was like a pound and a half, maybe. Okay. It's super light.
Okay.
So, and then you can choose all the different parts. And what's cool is like, it's all like interchangeable. So you can just change all the parts out. And
very cool.
Like this is a this black part's a different part, and like I can do like the switch and the emitter on this one that I bought is a combo, but you can like so yeah, but most of them are separate, and then they just all go together in any way you want. So you can buy more. Like I could buy another hilt and use parts from that and intermix them, and yeah, so pretty cool. And it's $175 for this one.
Okay.
And it's the baselit. It's not the top of the line.
Yeah, and that's definitely, you know, what is it? I think it's a little over $200 for Galaxy's Edge to do the building at that point, and so definitely not cheap, but definitely saved up to do that. Oh, that is a cool blade lineup.
Yeah, nice. The gesture emitter. But yeah, so it's got like motion controls, so I can just twist it. I turned off the audio, but you can like turn it up, down. You can have it. You turn it on. If you push the button, it'll. But you can also make it. Oh, I have that turned off too. But if you hit it, it'll clash. It'll unclash because you can actually, like, it's one that you're actually able to spar with.
Nice. Oh wow. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I will not be sparring with mine. Mine's more just display purposes.
Yeah, so you can set it to where it'll just go through different colors, and then you can also, like, this is just doing solid colors, but you can set it to where it'll just. I don't know the. Nope, that wasn't it. So you can have, what is it, 4 clicks? 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's not it. Clash on. Oh, okay, Clash is on now. There we go. So if you hit it, it'll. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And then you can have it to where it'll just slow fade, and it takes about a minute to go through the entire spectrum. Okay. And you can lock it in on whatever spectrum you want, which is so you can get any color you want.
Depending on your mood and what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Very nice.
Boom. So, that is my lightsaber. So, now that my wife's gone for the week, I don't know, tonight after it gets dark, I might have to go out in the backyard.
And just be out there. How many neighbors do you got, and do they know?
It's all fenced in, and there is shrubs to keep my shame hidden. So practice with it. So
go like basically have like just put on YouTube epic Star Wars battles just to emulate and just do your inner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's there's videos for.
Oh, there are people that just do straight on amazing. Like literally, this is what they do for their kind of size. Their cosplaying.
Yeah,
and just have the battles, the legit lightsaber battles.
Yeah, just go full on LARPing kind of a thing. Jedi LARPing
there. Yep, Jedi LARPing.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. But some of the YouTube videos for like how to swing them and different maneuvers and all that, pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's fun. I'm excited. Now, I can't spin it Top Gun because I gotta actually. The blade will come out. I didn't grab the Allen wrench to tighten it in, otherwise the blade's just going to go flinging out right now. But yeah, I got the 36-inch blade, which is like the full size length for it.
That's
problem is yeah, exactly. But I can't swing it around in the house because it's the ceilings because it's so long. When I did the video for it, I kept hitting the stupid lights above me.
Oh,
I was like, crap.
Yeah, like I showed my son and daughter, and they're 5 years old, so they haven't gotten like Star Wars yet. So they hear Star Wars. And, what's a Star Wars? I said, oh. Yeah. That's so cute.
I know. My 8-year-old's like super interested in it, but also she hates anything scary. So I'm like, no, it's not that scary. Like we should watch the the Rebels or the Clone Wars cartoon, but then you go, oh well, they have like the witches and
Yeah. I'm
those
sure if you do
episodes.
Phantom Menace is basically a toy movie, so you
Mhm.
can. God forbid she
Yeah.
likes Jar Jar Binks, and then you're in real trouble.
Okay. Then I'm going for a pack of
But
smokes and never coming
if you
back.
keep in the mind in your theory that he was really a secret Sith Lord at that point, that this was the plan.
Mm-hmm.
I love
We
talking
just
about
got to rewrite the whole
Yep.
headcanon to make it work.
Top Gun saying no, don't do Clone Wars. I started with the OG trilogy and that was good.
Yeah, I had
Well,
my
a lot of us started like that just because that's all we had.
yeah. I mean, that's what I rewatched the original trilogy like daily at my mom's house as a kid, nonstop,
Mm-hmm.
and then watched them as they came out after that. But like, what's it what's the third one now? Blanking on the name of it.
Like of the sequel trilogy?
Yeah, the sequel.
Rise of Skywalker.
No, the original sequel trilogy.
Original? Oh, Return of the Jedi.
No. The original sequel. So episodes
so
1, 2, and 3.
The
prequels.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith.
There it is. Thank you.
We got it. Third time's the charm.
We got there. When that movie was coming out, my wife had never. I think we were dating at that point, and she had never seen any Star Wars. So I was
Neither
like,
had
okay.
mine.
So I was like, well, this will be. She didn't really care that much, but I'm like, no, I care. We got to do it. I had her watch episode 1 and 2. Went to the theater, watched 3, and then had her watch 4, 5, and 6. And she's like, okay, it was okay. I was like,
yeah, that's your experience. I think I made a deal with my wife, and I would watch all the Twilight movies, and she would watch all the Star Wars movies. And I said, I win because they'll be creating more of these in your movies at that point.
Yeah.
She still we still haven't sat down together, and I've seen it, but she has still not seen Rise of Skywalker.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy them. I know there's big problems with those movies, but I still enjoy them. They're still kind of like the overall premise is kind of fun, and there's some really cool moments in there. There's parts with like that doesn't really work, or that kind of breaks the whole.
Yeah,
I
think Lucasfilm, and I think the Vanity Fair article really shows it. Kathleen Kennedy putting her foot in her mouth so many times in that storyline, but they're doing well with the putting it on Disney Plus, but I don't think they have really. They didn't sound like they have any clue of what they're going to do with the movies.
Yeah,
like they have really backed themselves into a corner. It's like, well, we've got Kevin Feige. Do we really have Kevin Feige's project? And Rian Johnson. Well, we'll get back to him when he's done with Knives Out. Okay, and Taika's really doing it. I said, okay, until you all start putting stuff out there like you do the shows, like none of these projects really exist.
Yeah, and honestly, like I never really needed more Skywalker stuff. I just want more Star Wars universe.
Well,
I don't need any of the. Go ahead.
No, but they keep on saying like they're done with Skywalker saga, but then you go to shows like The Mandalorian, it's like, you're not done.
Yeah,
and Boba Fett, you're not done with the Skywalkers. I see this.
Yeah, it's like you're still exploring that exact same. Like go like Old Republic, or way into the like early years of the Jedi or something. Do something like that. Screw the Skywalkers.
God, I want the Old Republic so bad.
Yeah,
so bad.
It's like everyone wants it. It's all written beautifully for you. I know that you don't want to necessarily follow all of it, but because you want to, it's not canon technically anymore. It's all legacy stuff. But come on, just do it.
Yeah, I think again they're being served well with doing Disney Plus because it'll keep it alive. But it's just the movies. I think it's a big mess right now. It's almost like I'm trying to figure who's got the worst kind of PR going on, DC or Star Wars. And I think after this week with Vanity Fair, Star Wars,
they're currently in the lead, but they're doing that whole like.
Well, then David Zaslav starts speaking. It's like, oh no, it's not about show people, it's show business at this point. So, oh god, I'm sure the talent is gonna love hearing that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not wrong, but
you don't say it out loud, and especially when it's being recorded.
yes, exactly. So it'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, they could just do Kotar and Bane. Oh man, they could do so much. They have so much they could work with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can make again. They're gonna. I mean, the Ahsoka series is gonna, bring back Thrawn and Rebels in live action.
Mhm.
So
yeah, it's gonna be that's gonna be awesome. I'm excited for that. But yeah, I'm like, I don't even know if I really need another movie other than I like going to the theater to see them.
yeah, I mean, it's the spectacle. It's the blockbuster.
Yeah, but I've just been loving watching the series too, and just having that long form storytelling.
Except for that last episode of Boba Fett where Boba couldn't, every time say, oh, we shouldn't do that. No, I think we should. Okay, we'll go there. Oh, I don't know if I want to be the Dynamo. Well, you should. Okay, I'll be this. I said, dude, what kind of leader are you at this point? Do you...
That was a really,
That was my biggest complaint. It's like, Boba, make a decision. Come on, bud. I think higher of you.
Yeah, no joke. It was more of a, what's her name? His assistant, assassin girl.
Oh, I know you're
I just know her as May from from Shield. But it was more like I'm like I'd rather just watch her, to be honest. And then it's like they picked up on that halfway through the show that no one cared about Boba Fett, and they're like, "Oh, let's just bring in the Mandalorian."
and that was just interesting, just because we saw the episode where Boba went full Boba in Mandalorian, and we're like, oh, we're gonna get this show. This is what we're gonna go. And then people watched this like, oh, that's not the show I was expecting. I was like, yeah, I mean, I mean, you're not wrong, but it's the show they wanted to tell. So,
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I loved Mandalorian. There's some really cool parts of Boba Fett, but I don't know. Maybe it's just they got to find their footing, and it was kind of weird because most feared bounty hunter in the universe or galaxy, and then it's like, well, now he's retired and trying to figure out what he's doing. Having that midlife crisis kind of a thing. And it's like, I don't really want to watch midlife crisis Boba Fett. It's more like the diary of Boba Fett.
Was great for that.
Yeah.
So,
so yeah, yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Didn't take it. Let's see. Now I got another kid crying. What in the world?
I feel your pain.
Oh man. All right, I'll be right back.
I'll keep the chat going. I may not be able to highlight, but I'll keep it going.
All right. You can't highlight? Oh,
no, since I'm a guest. Don't worry about it. I can call out people. Nick is saying, will Zack Snyder's Star Wars idea turn into a Netflix series? I mean, I'll be perfectly admit, I'm a Zack Snyder fan. You wouldn't call myself part of the toxics of any fandom, but I'm definitely a Zack Snyder fan, and I mean, again, this was something he had pitched to Lucasfilm, and they passed on it. So him getting to do it, I mean, he gets to have fun in the playground and already build his own universe out there. I think that it's gonna be like a lot of things Zack Snyder puts out. People are gonna really love it, and some people are just gonna be like, I'm not into Zack Snyder. I'm all in on it. I'll admit my bias at that point, but yes, seeing the cast they've got for this, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, let's see. Book of Boba Fett should have been called The Resurrection of Fett. Yeah. What is the idea, Galley Pro? Are you talking about Rebel Moon or, yeah, just clarify that. Let's see. Anything else we haven't hit? Top Gun saying, I will say that Din taking out all those people in the deli was the best Star Wars I've seen since Luke Skywalker versus Troopers. Yeah, I know. I mean, there were highlights of Boba Fett I really liked. It's people's kind of joke. The best parts of Boba Fett were the episodes that really didn't feature him, and I can kind of see that. But I did enjoy seeing the backstory, or as a lot of us had called it, the flashback does So we're wondering, are we going to get some of those flashback to sequences in Obi-Wan that comes out next week? So I worry about this. Lucasfilm just has not done a good job of promoting and marketing their shows. So Obi-Wan should be a slam dunk for them, but the marketing has not really ratcheted up yet, and it's coming out next week. So I have not seen a lot of marketing for it yet. Okay. So Star Wars Ida, let me pull up. I know there is a brief synopsis. Rebel Moon.
All right. Thanks for holding the chat down.
Yep. All right. So the brief synopsis is a story of Rebel Moon takes place in a world at the edge of space where a peaceful colony is attacked by armies of a dictator, Belisarius. For their own survival, the colonists send Cora, played by Sofia Boutella, to neighborhood planets in hopes to get in help defending her home.
What is this one?
This is Rebel Moon by Zack Snyder at Netflix.
Okay.
So this was his pitch he put to Lucasfilm years ago, and they passed on it. So he's taking that project to Netflix and building his own universe over there. So
Interesting.
and it's in the middle of filming. I think Ray Fisher's in it, Charlie Hunnam's in it. A lot of kind of names are definitely joining in. So I was answering that. I said to them, I said, I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I'm not on the toxic side of the Snyder fandom, but I'm there day one when it drops on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, I'll definitely watch it. That's for sure. Yeah. I mean, he is visually like amazing at the visuals. Storytelling, he gets a little rough. Like, I'm like, just bring in the dude for the overall style and vision of the movie, and bring him in for all the action sequences, and just have someone else direct like all the dialogue and interaction under his let him produce that, but have someone else direct that stuff. And I think like if you put him with another good director who's really great at all the dialogue and that part of the storytelling, I think he would be amazing in his stuff.
I mean, I've heard that. I've heard that one. I think my counter to that, but it's not meant to change the opinion. I think particularly with him, you can definitely, like, when he writes the stuff that he does, he's just so passionate about it at that point. It can be, if you're not in with that kind of idea, I can kind of see from your perspective that I'm not feeling that, but I get that his passion, he's at least putting his stuff there, that it's not being filtered through something.
Yeah. No, I can definitely appreciate that. He's got his vision and his passion for what he's doing. It's just whether it clicks or not for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's cool. I didn't know he had that. I hadn't heard about that. So that's
cool. He's doing that. He's got the Dead verse he's doing too. So I think he's got Army of the Dead, Army of Thieves. There's going to be an anime prequel to Army of the Dead coming out this year, and the sequel to Army of the Dead. So
busy boy.
I mean, Netflix, people say, well, we want to restore the Snyderverse at Warner Brothers. I said, he's living it up at Netflix. Would I love to see him continue his stuff at Warner Brothers Discovery? Yeah, but not by the statements I've been hearing from Zaslav lately, so I do not think that's going to be happening. So, but the Snyderverse is alive and well at Netflix, so I'll take what I can get.
All good. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you did What's the Idea? Should be replacing Aquaman too.
No, she's not gonna be replaced. I think I've stayed away from that trial outside of the stuff people have sent me to laugh at TikTok. I think it's from her own mouth that she has been drastically reduced in that movie, so much so that due to all the stuff going on in the public. So I think I don't think there's a number on it, but from her own words, her role has been drastically reduced for Aquaman 2. So whatever she did film is a lot more left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. Wonder if they're having to rework anything, or if it's just they can edit around it all. So I don't know. We'll see.
I stay away.
I'm excited for Aquaman.
Yeah, no, it looks, unfortunately won't come out. It'll come out next year now because that got punched until next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, Mitch.
Five
classic.
pages of a battle plan. Jeez.
If you're gonna rate, have you played Destiny? Have you rated?
No, I played. I know raids get intense, but I kind of fell off Destiny, and my multiplaying days are quite gone.
Yeah.
At that point.
I used to play Destiny. I mean, I was a dad of 2, I think, at that point when Destiny 1 was out. And I played every night, at least 2 to 3 hours a night. A lot of times I'd raid till, like, was it when raids came out? Like Thursday or Friday, something like that? And we would raid until, like, when the reset hit, we'd raid until like 1, 2 a.m., something like that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that was Destiny 1, and we would do Vault of Glass, which was pretty long, and we could pump through that in about an hour and 15. We could no death it, get that perfect through there. And then there was one night we did when they, accidentally boosted shotguns to like insane amounts, and they had that like shotgun that worked as your primary. Mm-hmm. So we did a shotguns only Vault of Glass, drunk Vault of Glass, shotguns only.
Top Gun says that what they're doing that exact one right now.
Yeah. And we got to the very end. We just couldn't beat the final boss in it because you had to be so close to him with a shotgun. He could just stomp you and you just instant die. But yeah, it was that was a fun time. And then like I overplayed that game a lot. And then Destiny 2 came out and I played through the story. I was like, okay, great. And then I just never played it again. So I know both my brother and both my brothers still play it here and there too. But I got Destinied out, I think. It was so hard. You'd have to like keep up and look at what the new gun meta was every week and then hunt that gun. And
it's just like, between reading and podcasting and doing YouTube and job and being a parent, like certain things are going to get left aside. So, I mean, I'd still game a little bit, but I'm not a multiplayer. I focus on the singles, and I've definitely cut back a lot on games I do purchase and buy. So
yeah, I haven't played I got the PS5 and I played it like 5 times and I haven't played it since, which sucks. But I don't want to sell it because I know I'll go back and play again. But
you got the Spider-Man sequel coming out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the opposite though, where like I just love jumping on with some people and just BSing and chatting while we just get destroyed in Battlefield or something like that, and trying to snipe and just being obliterated by some like tank across the level.
Was in Call of Duty, the next thing they've got is Godzilla and Kong being in it. At that point, like the next, it's pretty. My friend told me that. I said it might get me back to just if it's free at that point, just to try it out, just to see it, and then get like totally massacred by a 12-year-old. Because it's just like, you suck. Yeah, guess what? I make more money than you can dream of. So bye.
Exactly. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I have a life, and I'm sitting down at 11 o'clock at night when everyone in my family is finally asleep, and I should be going to sleep because I work in the morning.
You're such a loser.
And I'm like exhausted, and I'm just trying to play a couple rounds with my brothers or my friends, and just like talk about our day.
Yeah.
And while this 12-year-old just teabags the shit out of us.
Yeah, I learned after college my reflexes on multiplayer were quite diminished.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the fun thing. Like I got super into Rocket League. I played that, after Destiny. That was my new thing. I played that, 2-3 hours a night, and it was fun. But like my reflexes were never very good. But at least with that, there was a lot of strategy because it's basically soccer. So there's a lot of strategy, and I could get around the not having the like hard skills to be able to do all this crazy stuff with being able to out strategize and outthink the 12-year-olds. So, I mean, they could drive and fly circles around me, but I could at least like pass the ball away from them, and then they're neutralized. So, yeah. So, good times.
Halo multiplayer in college was our thing. So
yeah, were you Halo 1, 2?
2.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay, yeah. So all right, so we're in college about the same time, yeah. Because I think it was Halo 2. Halo 1 was like all high school, all day, every day, and then 2 was college.
Yeah.
So a lot of the floor battles going on.
Yes.
So we figured out
a lot of landlines and yelling at each other across the hall. So
yeah, we do like floor matches. So we'd be on 200, and we'd be going against 100, and they'd kill one of us, and they'd be like pounding on the ceiling, and we'd kill one of them, and stomping on the floor and going at it.
It was a great thing when I became an RA, saying, what kind of event? Oh, I'm an all-male dorm. I just put on Halo at that point. There's my monthly community event every single month.
Solved. Done.
Yep. Order the pizza. Everyone has that. There we go. Easily attended. Success.
Oh, I was the Batman of Rocket League. It's true. It's true.
World's greatest detective.
I could outthink everyone, and I also had a baller. Well, I still do. I should sell it, actually, because it's worth a lot. A crazy inventory of items. Turn that into some more books that I can't fit on my shelves. So,
gotta keep selling those more books.
Yeah, I gotta do more calling. More calling. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 books I gotta fit in there somehow. I don't know how. Yeah. So, my friends, dude, Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, and Perfect Dark.
Oh yeah.
Those were the middle school jams right there on N64. Ooh, so good. Yeah.
Top Gun saying I need help.
I mean, I feel like that's just kind of a blanket statement.
Yes.
Always.
Yes, we all do. Always.
Yep.
We'll wait for the upcoming follow-up to I Need Help. You want to play Get Help? Because I love that game in Ragnarok. It's demeaning to people, but, I love Get Help. Okay, for whatever reason, the Gotham Central Omnibus intimidates me. Is it good? Yes.
Oh, dude.
It's Brubaker and Rucka, like the two best of like crime noir working together, and one does the day shift, the other one does the night shift. At that point, yeah, it is. If you want a single serving omnibus that you don't need any kind of background knowledge, like that is it. That single serving, go read.
I mean, all you really need to know is most of the superheroes from DC are gone and not really around, and you don't even really need to know that.
They're called the Freak Beat because the bats in town. They're basically cleaning up the mess. Now, some bat villains do show up from time to time there, but like Batman's kind of like more in the background. It is about the day shift and the night shift of Gotham Central. It's so good. It's
I think it's my favorite DC Omni. Especially like if you're thinking like if you just have to pick one Omni, not like multiple, like Jeff Johns' Green Lantern or JSA or anything like that. If you're having to pick one book from DC, it is Gotham Central, and it's actually a relatively quick read from what I remember. Like I plowed through that pretty quickly.
If you're a fan of Criminal or any of that Brubaker's done, or any of the kind of like indie stuff Rucka's done, it's right up there.
Yeah. It's good. You're sold. Okay.
Yep, there you
go. All right. Don't forget to use that code.
I would say what's up there, like in the sense of like, it's 2 Omnis, but it's worth it. Is Mike Grell's Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. Yeah. Arrow.
Arrow. Just imagine this pitch. If you've not read it, this is the pitch. It's like, I'm gonna do Ollie, Queen, but in no point will he ever be referred to as Green Arrow. And it's going to be ripped from the headlines. crime stories at that point, and he's only referred to once as Green Arrow in that entire run. Every time else, it's Ollie.
Yeah.
So
super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Let's see. Oh, what's going on, Farhan? Hi from Malaysia. Is it like early morning in Malaysia now or midday? I don't know what time it is there.
But congratulations, that second Parker Martini edition. Yes, that is. I couldn't believe it when I finally got it in my hands because I'm a Darwin Cook like fanatic stan. I got a chance to meet him, talk to him.
Oh, that's cool.
And like New Frontier is one of my favorite DC stories of all time. But yeah, that Martini edition, having that full collection in my hands, that is a work of art.
Yeah. It's yeah. Darwin Cook's pretty good. I like him. I haven't done Martini, but that New Frontier was really fun. That was a really cool book. That art, dang, his art is so good. So, let's see.
Let's get controversial.
Wokenado wanting to be controversial? What? Walk away from him?
I'm gonna think I've.
This is okay. So this might be controversial.
Go for it.
I feel like I'm pretty good at separating the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Basically, or the creator from their creation. And I know that, a lot of it influences each other, but I'm also a big fan, I push read stuff from people you don't agree with. And listen to people you don't agree with. All it is, you got to listen with an open mind, not just like I'm going to kill you for thinking this, and not with the idea of I'm going to try and agree with you necessarily, but coming from like, okay, why did they think this way? What life experiences.
You're educating yourself.
Huh?
You're educating yourself.
Yeah, you're educating yourself. Like, okay, like this is why they think this way. This is their social experiences. This is why we're so different. Like, okay, I'm not trying to convince them. They're not going to convince me more than likely. I'm more than likely not. I mean, you never win an argument on the internet. It's just stupid to even try and argue on the internet.
But they do. They do.
Oh,
that's
but they
how
do.
Twitter exists.
Yeah, that's what Twitter's for. Is for people to yell at each other.
Quote tweet the heck out of each other. Don't reply. Quote tweet.
Oh yeah, it's so much shade. But I mean, there is also the idea of like, okay, if I'm gonna buy a book from this creator, that means I'm giving them money. So when I do get a book from a creator I don't want to actively support, I try and buy it secondhand, at least, because then someone else is getting the money at least, and it's not. True. It's not as direct into their pocket as buying it. So yeah, so that's where I land. Like I try and I might not agree with them. Like I was talking when this thing first started, like Flintstones. I'm reading this right now, and have you read this yet?
No, I've heard like just some interesting people saying it's much better than it should be.
It is. So I'm almost halfway through, and it is.
Who wrote it?
It's Mark Russell.
Okay.
So
I mean, the art looks like fantastic. It's a very It fits the style for what they're trying to go for.
Yeah. So I mean, the art is really cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
It's kind of like a cartoon realism.
Yeah,
I remember.
And they actually do like not a flashback, but like he's having a thought about something, and it looks like the old school cartoon in like the thought. It's super funny, but it's witty, and each issue, it's 12 issues that it collects, and each one hits on a different subject area. Okay. So one of them's on consumerism, where they literally just call everything crap, like go out and buy crap, like, and then one's on institution of marriage, so they hit on everything from same-sex marriage to traditional heterosexual marriage and monogamy and all that, and pretty interesting with that. And then war and PTSD and veterans, and so each chapter kind of touches on a different thing. Elections, and he's very blatant in what he's saying, but and I might not agree with some of what he's saying, but it's also interesting, and it makes me think about why I think what I think and why I believe. And I don't think that's ever a bad thing, for you to question yourself and question why you think that. And it's never a bad idea to question why someone else thinks what they think and talk with them about that. So that's my that is my answer to the to have a so I don't necessarily have a creator that I'd walk away from necessarily. I would try and I've actively tried to buy their books secondhand, so it's not necessarily dumping money into their pockets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna name names because I'm not gonna. It's not worth it to me, and I'm not gonna get into a debate and
you'll lose that argument.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the point. I don't.
Yeah.
People have their own. It's like everything in life. Like, you like certain things, you don't like certain things. I have certain lines or certain creators that, based on certain stances that they've taken or things like that, are just like, yep, just not gonna give you my patronage. And for the most part, I agree with you, Mitch, that I can separate the art from the artist. Like, I'll use an example, Jeff Johns. There's a lot of stuff that Jeff Johns has done and come out recently that he's not a really good person. But I can't deny that he's a good writer. But I will purchase not necessarily for him, but I'll purchase because of the artists and the inkers and everything else. So sometimes it's like that. And people say, well, you're still putting money in his pocket. Say, you can call me a hypocrite all you want at that point. Then that's what it is at that point. But there's some that I just say, nope, sorry. Just, that's a line there are lines for me, but I'm just not going to be naming names because it's not going to, I'm not about to go. It's not going to, I'm not going to go poking the bear. It's,
and there's, like Big J today, there's a difference between different opinions and people being disrespectful too. And I mean, you can have completely different opinions and still, even if you don't respect them because of their opinions, you can still respectfully disagree or, have a debate with them or discuss with them. I mean, it's not, you don't have to yell. No one, you're not going to do anything to help the situation by yelling at someone, really.
Exactly.
Most of the time.
That's why, like, when I tell people, oh, I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan. Oh, you're part of the Snyder people. You're with those Snyder bros. This is, no, I know who you're talking about, but no, I'm not. But, and it's one of those things like, man, I would have thought one director could have totally created, but that's every fan base. So you got the Marvel fan base, you got DC fan, like, everyone's got their trolls and their toxics with every fan base. And that's why when I'm on Twitter, but I don't really post a lot of negative stuff. I don't get political on there. I don't get like a thing. I post positive things that I like, and I surround myself with people that not necessarily think the same I do, but can have civil conversations even if we disagree with stuff. And it's just like, hey, you have your side, I see it your way, see it my way. That's just the way it is. It's civil discourse at its finest.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what I've tried to do with even my channel is try and be positive as much as possible, because in any fan base, and I think it's very, very true in the comics industry, is like it can get toxic fast, and like it's like we don't need more of that. And if I didn't enjoy a book, that's not for me. That's cool. Someone else, it might be their absolute favorite book, but for me, I did not like it at all. And you know what? That's fine. It's not my prerogative to make everyone like what I like. What I'm trying to do is just like, this is what I like. If you like what I like, you might want to check this out. Or if you like this type of book, you might want to check it out. Or if you don't like this kind of book, maybe avoid this one because it might not be for you, and that's fine.
Yeah. And I'm always of the thing where like people say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they did this with Superman or Batman or this like characters that have like storied runs and things like that." Said that's cool. You know what you can do? You can go back to those stories. Those stories still exist. Like you still have your character like a remaking movie. I can't believe they've guess what? You can go back
Yeah.
and they can never take that away from you.
Yeah.
You know,
You can
don't
go
have to.
watch Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6 and not watch 7, 8, and 9.
And you know what? You can go back and watch the unedited, non-special editions that you can't believe Lucas went back to his own films and put the stuff in there that he wanted to do, and you don't like it. That's cool.
Now,
That's
I will say with that, you cannot watch those in Blu-ray yet. Supposedly they're coming.
Oh, my friend, that is why I kept my copies of the last time they allowed the special edition and the original cut on one. Those are never going away from my collection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, they will never take that away. So Twitter is nice to block. I mute people because I don't like when I've never had this happen to me because I just not in that game, but I do have mutuals that people used it as a badge of honor, saying so and so blocked you, and they would say, I got him to block me. I finally got under his or her goat. It's like, so I just mute you. You have no idea that I just don't see your stuff. So.
Yeah, that's what I love about Facebook has us too on pages. Is you can hide a comment. So if you manage a page, you can just hide a comment, and the person who commented can go back. They can see their comment. All their anyone they're friends with can see that comment still too and comment on it. But no one else outside of them and their friends can see that comment. So I think it's funny because like you can see like comments disappear and you're like, oh, the page that admin totally hid that comment and their friends are just going off and no one sees their like their rantings. It's awesome. Yeah. Let's see.
220, but swinging. Oh. Well, they must have that display of the pineapple.
I don't do any social media, but I feel like all YouTube comic people I watch interact with are all. Yeah, what's nice is like, I mean, for the most part, most YouTubers are pretty rational and level-headed for the most part. Not all, but and like you were saying before, I'm not calling out names because that's a great way to start something. And I don't want to start anything, but like you have this instant feedback and you want to build a community and you build a community that you build. And the great thing about YouTube is like you're just going to get like if you go comment on someone's video that you hate or like on a live stream, it's like they'll just mute you or everyone just dog piles on you because it's all their fans, there. It's like one person versus 100 or 1,000. It's like, how's that going to help?
And that's the thing. People like say, "Oh, you're just wanting people to hear you in hear your own opinion. That's why you get rid of people." No, I actually have like a number of people that I have, don't see the same eye to eye with. But it's about how do you handle yourself on the platform? Are you trolling? Are you being mean-spirited? Are you being cruel at that point? It's one thing to have a different opinion and me to want to continue to know you and be mutual or be a friend with you at that point. We can have difference of opinion. But if you're just going to be a troll and just be rude and all like that, then I can cut you out like that at that point. So.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, except for Jess. When he pours root beer on something you love, then you just call that out. You just got to call that video out. That's a great gimmick that he's got. Just dumping some root beer on it.
That lets your opinion be known.
Yep, there it is. Not giving this away. Not going to even bother selling it. Just dump root beer on it. So good. So, all right. Well, we've been going for an hour and a half already. It's kind of crazy. So, but yeah. So after this, I'm going to post the video. I recorded a video right before this and it processed while we were doing this. And I'm doing my giveaway. It's starting up. So the JSA Avengers trade paperback.
Look at that. He's giving one away.
That's going up. That's going to start tonight. So and then
what's the
and then this guy.
Oh
and
wow, that's the
features
other one.
slipcase.
Look at you throwing out the big guns.
Yeah, boy. So it's going to be
now is that the first print or is that the new printing of
this is a new printing.
Okay.
This is a new printing. So, yeah, I do have to. I should go play my PS5. I should buy. I should probably buy my PS Plus again. So, yeah. So it's going to be comment on Instagram and on the video on YouTube, and then sub and follow, and then that's it. So there's a comment you do have to make, so you have to watch the video so you know what comment to make. But it'll run for 2 weeks, and then I'll pick a winner from Instagram and a winner from YouTube, and then I'll flip a coin to see who gets what. So you can go on both and double your chances, or you can do one and you have a chance at either or. So yeah, so that's what's going to happen.
Double or nothing that's when they'll go for round 2 of it. And that's when it's really crazy.
Yeah. Like you win once, but then you got to win twice. So yeah. But yeah, so that's going to happen. So that should, here, let me, for those of you who are in here, I'll give you the link right now.
There you go.
And
get that live watching benefit.
Boom. Still unlisted. But there it is. So go do the thing if you want.
Give those early views. Get those view count up.
Get that view count up before it actually goes live in like 1 minute.
I'll be that first comment. First.
Second. No, you get like 3 first comments. So you're like,
and then I'll be the jerk in there saying 3 first motion passes.
Yeah, the extra $20 for that case edition. Exactly. I will say that's what I don't like about what Boom. I mean, Boom's got problems with the,
we could literally do a whole live stream about that.
Just the Boom problem. Maybe we'll do that next time. JP's on vacation and not willing to live stream while on vacation.
In the happiest place on earth, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, welcome to the party, Noah. As we're just ending.
Noah.
Bringing it back around from an hour and a half ago as we end. CGI. Yep, it's not great. Hopefully they fix it. So, yeah. But, I won't keep you here any longer than need to be. So thanks for joining and chatting.
Yeah, no problem.
It's better than me just talking at chat the whole time.
Yeah.
So where can people find you for the 5 people?
You can find me on Twitter at Chris Balga, and if you want to check out any of my shows, subscribe to the Geekverse Geekverse podcast YouTube channel, and you'll find some of the live stuff on there, some videos. But if you're if you want to listen to all the audio stuff, look up Geek Ultimate Alliance Network on any podcatcher of choice.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Chris. Thank you guys and peeps for joining us in chat and hanging out for the past hour and a half. Take care. Stay cool. Go enter that contest.
Buy Omnis.
Buy lots of Omnis and hardcovers and 0 trade paperbacks. Unless it's
Except for that one.
Oh, my lightsaber. I caught it. Except for the jailer.
Now it's time to end the stream before he breaks anything.
All right. See y'all.
See you guys.